Hello, today I'm going to be taking you through the steps to write a program that interacts with a user. We'll be using Java today, and I'm going to be using the Eclipse IDE. The IDE is an integrated development environment, and it assists uh, the programmer in writing the code. They're very useful, and I recommend downloading one of them. Today, like I said, I'm going to be using Eclipse IDE. So to find the Eclipse IDE, I would just start in Google it, and then the first thing that pops up is their website. You can go to download, and I recommend downloading Oxygen. It's pretty simple to use, and it's readily available. When you go to downloads, you should be able to download it from here. If you need the 32 a Windows 32 version, you can also find it on their downloads page. I'm not going to go through it since I've already downloaded it, but it will download the installer, and then you'll need to run the installer to download the program. Now, once you have Eclipse downloaded, it'll look like this when you pop it up. Now, I have some existing projects. Yours will be clean if this is your first time using it. To create a new project, you go here to Java Project, and the project name is going to be, I'm going to call it Hello User. I think that sounds adequate for what we're doing here. So you click Finish, and then you'll see our project is down here under Hello Users. You can right click there, go to New, Class, and now this is where the class is where you'll write all the code for the program that you want. So we can just call this Hello User. Now we want to include a main method. This will allow everything to run in the console for the program, so we can see what we're doing. And Eclipse is nice enough that if you just check this, it'll write the whole method for you. So we click Finish. You see here we have the name of our class, and it's created that main method already as well. So you can get rid of this. This is a comment. Anything with these two backslashes is a comment, and it won't run when you run the program, which is very convenient because you can remind yourself or others who are reading your code what is going on with certain segments. So the first thing we need to do is declare variables. Variables are where we're going to store different things like numbers or letters or words. And since we're going to be using words, we're going to be using a string type variable. So we have a string, and then we need to call it something. Let's call it name. I think for this program, just to demonstrate how simple it is to create a program, we're going to first ask the user for their name and then return a message saying hello, whatever their name is. So a string name, and then we also need to return the message. So why don't we just create another message here, a string message. This is declaring the variables. And now for displaying our messages, I think we'll use the JOptionPane object. So the JOptionPane will pop up a little window on our screen, and it will prompt the user. First, we'll prompt the user for input, and then we will display our message to them. So we're going to set the name equal to the input. We go name equals JOptionPane dot show input dialog. And now the show input dialog is a method of the JOptionPane object. So we're going to do that, and we are going to the message. Let's say, please enter your name. Seems simple enough. Hopefully the user enters their name. And now you can see, whereas before we declared a string with a variable, here we've created a string and it's in quotation marks. That's how the Java virtual machine knows how to run it as a string. And you can see in Eclipse, they make it blue just to let you know that this is a string. They color codes things to help you identify things on site, such as variables. There's a variable up here, and strings, along with other things. You saw when I first started typing JOptionPane, there's a little red squiggly line under there. If I cut this out, see that it appears again. Now this is an error. So the Eclipse IDE is telling us that, hey, there's an error, and then Eclipse is even nice enough to let us know what some possible solutions are. So we can see all these possible solutions here. We can create a new class for the object, but also it recognizes that this thing already exists as an object. So we can click here to import the JavaX swing.JOptionPane object into our program. So when you start a new project, the entire Java library isn't included. Some things you will have to import. JOptionPane is one of them. Eclipse is just nice enough to pick it up, and if you notice, when I first started typing, it actually did it automatically. Okay, now that we have the name variable and we've asked them for input, so this is what they'll enter their name and it'll be stored as our variable there. Now we need to create the message. So message equals, we'll set it equal to another string. Like before, we used the quotation marks. Here we have the quotation marks again. And we're going to say hello, comma. And then let's leave a space in there, because spaces are characters as well. And now we're going to concatenate that string with the string variable that we created earlier, the name. Concatenate is just a fancy way of saying we're going to add those pluses in there. The pluses just lets Java know that we are combining hello plus the variable and then ending it with a period, but that it will all be one string. Okay, now that we've done this, we lastly just need to show the output. So now that we've taken the input, we know what their name is. I believe it is show message dialog. That's method we want to use to show what the output is, our hello plus their user's name. And for parent components, for this demonstration, we're just going to use null. And for the message, we do want to use this message variable that we've created, because we've stored hello, name, and period as one string into the message. So this is looking like a very good program. We're going to save it. I do Control S. You can also go up here, File, Save. Then after you save it, you can run it with this button up here. So run hello user. And it asks me for my name. Please enter your name. My name is Mike, so I'm going to enter that. Click OK. Hello, Mike. Hello, computer. So you can see the JOptionPane is nice because it creates this nice dialog box for you. It has this little eye there. And typically this is a lot of JavaFX code to create something like this, but JOptionPane has it all in one object readily available. So we'll click OK to close that window, and there we have it. This is a program that accepts input and then talks in a sense to the user. I hope you enjoy this and learned something. And happy coding.